Louie C. the Mayor checking in. All love right now. We coming live from the YouTube. If you're watching right now and you like what you see, hit the subscribe button right over here. Boop! Today, I'm going to tell y'all a story about this club called Epoch nightclub in Key West, Florida. How it was similar to Studio 54, just another era. Very wild time. Some of y'all living in Key West or the Florida Keys or the worldwide that came down here, you experienced Netflix before Netflix was out. So it was a very wild, crazy situation. So my name is Louie C. the Mayor. Make sure you tune into my podcast 6:45 Monday through Friday. Like I said, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button right over here. Boop! And please share this video. So I'm going to get right into it. So what had happened was, before the Epoch, the club was called the Copa, legendary gay club ran by Mr. Joe R. Weinstein. And they had a club in Fort Lauderdale. And this club was, very, very popular. Thousands of people were in there throughout the week, and it was just, awesome. Until one day the club caught fire with something that started in the shed with the fire, and it spread throughout the whole club, burned the whole club down to the ground, and also burned many other businesses all the way up to Southern Street. So it was a 600 block of Duval Street. Shout out to Key West firefighters who were on the scene that day, and all first responders, military, and teachers worldwide. So after the club burned to the ground, they built it as the Epoch. Epoch stands for a new beginning. So, everything was brand new, state of the art. Unfortunately, the club never gained the fame that the Copa had before. So the club was about to close because it was just not making it financially. So this is in the late 90s. So what happened is the owner, Joe R. Weinstein, said that if there was anybody that could really make a difference here and make enough money for the club to stay open. So they said, yeah. They said, me, Louie C. Rock. He's a wild cat. He's a promoter. You get people here, instantaneously. But he has his way of doing things, and he'll definitely get people in. But like I said, he's got unique methods to make things happen. So they called me in, and I went in the club. And I remember the club has a gay staff, and it's still a gay club. So now we're looking at turning the club right away from gay to straight in the middle of spring break. So I don't make the rules of society. They are what they are. So gays and spring breakers don't mix, and you either got to go for one clientele or the other. I'm a minority, so like I said, I'm not racial. It's just reality of running a business. So I get in there, I talk to Mr. Weinstein, and I tell him, I get people here, but there's a couple challenges here that unless you're going to go to 100%, either you're in for the spring break crowd or you're not, one of the two. So he said, well, what we got to do? I said, well, for example, these rainbow flags here hanging in front of Duval Street, this can't be here, unfortunately. Like I said, I don't make the rules. This is just how it is. So unless we go to that extreme, measure of, doing what we need to do here in order to, have spring breakers come here, it's just not going to work. So he agreed to the terms. And then he said, well, I got a whole gay staff. I said, well, that's not a problem as long as we do good customer service with people. That's not an issue. So we start promoting. My day would start earlier than anybody's day because I know what it takes. A lot of people want to talk big and think they could do stuff in entertainment, but they don't want to put in the time that's required to really go to the next level. So what had happened was I would go to Smathers Beach because that's where the spring breakers hang out. I'll be there before the vendors was out, and I would do marketing, promotion, give out flyers. So then hating, you still had hating back then. Now it's at an all-time high. So other establishments know of my talents and know that I can make it happen. So they told the kids, don't go to the Epic, it's a gay club. So I encountered that, but we had a plan for that. So what we do is give you a free free drink coupon, and told you that, if people just a little bit envious of what we got going on. Shout out to FloridaKeysInjury.com, my people over there taking care of anybody who gets in an accident. You got to call these people here local. Don't waste your time calling nobody else. Go to FloridaKeysInjury.com. Locals taking care of locals. So back to the story. So then, after I finished the beach, I would set up a security team, and we would run an operation. We had like an all-you-could-drink, and then we had equivalent was called twerking now, the big booty contests. That's a whole different program. I got to tell you about that big booty contest. So we rocking and rolling. Got the DJs out there. I'm hosting. So I started, and I get on the sidewalk and do VIP hosting from the sidewalk, right where we open talk to kids, get a line going. There's a lot of pieces to run a nightclub. Everybody thinks it's easy. Very few could make it happen. So we keep going. Everything lovely. We start getting 500 people, 600, 800. We got a line down the block. So we're still in the start of crossing over to the straight club. So there were gay customers that come in there, and they didn't really know that it was spring break. So that took a little transition time. Matter of fact, God bless Tom Osterhouse. Was a commissioner friend of mine that I introduced him to Nick Carter over at the good old Epic. He almost had a fist fight with some of the security outside one time. That's how it was out there in the streets. We had to do what we had to do to rescue a club. So we keep doing our thing, keep getting numbers in, and then we become a target. Why did we become a target? Because our contests were all like wrestling. Nothing off limits. When I say nothing off limits, nothing off limits. Nothing off limits. If you have the privilege of recording what happened there at the Epic stage, is a classic footage. This footage is worth a lot of money. So we kept going, and we did what we call a 30-day program, which means you don't take no day off. So we basically put thousands of people in there, and then the club was able to stay open. We had a room upstairs, house music, and I would say drug dealers probably at least 3,000 a night. It was just a full-fledged movie when you went in there. So these were the times of the Epic. A lot of y'all never missed a party over there. They still talking about it. We're 2021. Shout out to the Old Town Rodeo, 618 Duval Street. It's going down on Wednesday. Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. Tighty Whitey Bull Ridey is the hottest club going. So some of y'all like to talk about what you did back in the day. I tell stories about back in the day, but I'm in it to win it right now on a daily basis with the entertainment. July 4th weekend, if you're watching, go ahead and truck on south. Key West, Florida, the #1 place to be for the July 4th weekend. If you're watching right now, go to Where's the Party Key West on Facebook. I got all them parties lined up for y'all. Shout out to DJ Jeff. DJ Jeff ain't no joke. That's a veteran in the game, holding it down at the Old Town Rodeo. Let me see what else we got here. Okay, so drinking and becoming a rock star. I know some of y'all think go hand in hand, but a lot of people need to get their priorities straight and quit that goddamn drinking and be professional on what you're doing, because that drinking and acting a fool is just not in the car. I don't deal with no drunks, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Also, Fantasy Fest. You see what I got on here? It's an old shirt from the Fantasy Fest. Big. Fantasy Fest celebrity parties on Facebook. Go to KeysTix, KYSTIX.com. Get you some tickets for all the biggest parties. It's gonna be big. DJ False Man. Boy, False Man, when that boy come turn up on karaoke. Jam Pony, karaoke club, the #1 karaoke club in the entire Florida Keys. There's nothing like it. It's really big. Biggest stage, all music, all genres, so many locals, and it's just a party from the time we open 8 o'clock to 4 a.m. Let's see what else we got going. Also, we got to get more leaders out there. Don't be following people. Following people get you, a cut like Coach Boom. You follow people, and sometimes you got to cut a man loose. If you watch Remember the Titans, you'll learn something about that. Also, looking for a production assistant to take entertainment to the next level. Inbox me, Louie C. Rock, on my social media, and we can make some things happen. I got all love in the club. When I walk in the club, nothing but love. Ice Cube, love in the club. Usher, love in the club. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically my time. Please subscribe right over here. Woo! Thank y'all for watching. I'm going to go ahead and keep it cracking 24/7, 365. And some of y'all haters out there, get some love in your heart. If you're watching this all the way to the end and you hating, you really need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Why I wear sunglasses, prescription, and to block hate.